This Livonia subdivision looks just like any other neighborhood. But if you look up, you'll notice no overhead power lines. Like most newer subdivisions, the lines are underground. In fact, more than a third of DTE's power grid is underground, which lessens the risk of power outages because the buried wires aren't targets for strong winds, trees, or what we've seen a lot of lately, ice.
All of our new construction in a residential area is going to be underground. And the challenge for DTE and for a lot of other utilities across the country is to try to find ways to drive the cost down so that you could convert existing overhead to underground.
Does it give you peace of mind knowing that your lines are underground and that it reduces the risk of a power outage?
It really does. We've lived here for about 12 years, and I don't recall us losing power, and if we have, it's just been momentarily.
Christian Mroe says that historic ice storm 2 weeks ago didn't knock her power out. She told us her old home, which had overhead lines, had at least 2 outages a year.
Definitely a disruption, especially when you have kids. Obviously in the colder months, it gets very cold in the house if you don't have heat.
Do you feel like this makes a difference having the lines underground here?
Absolutely. There's been so many people I've spoken to and they've been affected by the power outages, and we really haven't, so I feel fortunate.
But here's the thing. Suppliers, including DTE, can't convert neighborhoods with overhead power lines to underground because it's too expensive. DTE Vice President of Distribution Operations, Ryan Stowe.
Right now, those construction costs are running as much as 5 to 6 times as high to convert from underground versus kind of an overhead rebuild.
Stowe says underground wires don't entirely shield neighborhoods from blackouts since those wires do connect to above-ground substations. The Michigan Public Service Commission, which oversees power distribution statewide, says it's looking into converting overhead to underground, saying in a statement, quote, "The commission has asked utilities to provide cost and benefit information, including the costs of moving the lines underground, the maintenance cost differences between overhead and underground electric lines, and reliability and safety comparisons between the two." That Public Service Commission statement went on to say that pilot programs may be of use here to test the reliability of underground wires in real-world situations. But again, there is no silver bullet when it comes to improving Michigan's power grid, especially after the once-in-a-generation storms we've had recently. In Livonia, I'm Brandon Hudson, Fox 2 News.